Have you guys been noticing that time feels like it's moving way faster every year? When you were a kid, time felt completely different. Summers felt forever. Waiting for Christmas was like the longest wait imaginable. It felt like it took years, even on that last week, like December 18th. But now something weird is happening, and you blink and suddenly months have gone by, years have gone by. You look at the calendar and you think you're in January, but now you're in the middle of the year. And before you know it, it's Christmas again. And it's not just you. Almost everybody I talk to has been saying this. Time feels like it's speeding up so fast. And the strange part is, time isn't actually changing. The years, the days, it's all the same, but our brains are changing. So why? Why is that happening? I think a big part of it is just the world we're living in right now is just pure chaos. And it's making everything feel way faster because our brains are overwhelmed. Information's moving way faster, technology's moving way faster, news, all the different trends you gotta follow. And every single day, we're waking up with a flood of information smacking our brains before the day even starts. You check your phone, you see a dozen notifications, headlines, social media posts, videos, people reacting to other people reacting to something that happened yesterday. Your brain just jumps from topic to topic over and over, and it never stops. And it just keeps speeding up. And then you scroll for 5 minutes and you see 50 different things, trends, new controversies. Bad news is everywhere. Your attention is just constantly switching and being pulled in different directions. And we got to jump between things all day. And when we do that, it changes your perception of time. Because you're not actually in the present. You're just skimming through life. You're not enjoying it. Another thing we have to factor in is like something that didn't exist for most of human history is that your world was your town. It was your people around you, your family, your community. Maybe something big happened in the city beside you, but information moved way more slowly. And sometimes it took like weeks or months for that news to travel. So people's minds were more focused on life directly in front of you. But now you've got the entire world, all the information in the world inside your pocket, in your phone. And you wake up in the morning, and in a few minutes you're seeing news from everywhere in the globe. You're following politics from another country. You're following a war thousands of miles away from you. You're seeing the economy in Venezuela collapse. You know, different parts of the world you're experiencing their local reality. Natural disasters, financial crises. And even though those things might be happening far away, your brain doesn't know that. Your brain has to process that, like it's important to you. And how does your brain separate local life from global information? It doesn't. It just takes that all in. So what happens is like we have to carry the emotional weight of all the events that are happening around the world, and it's not even relative to us. And you might live in a quiet neighborhood, and your day might be quite normal and peaceful, but mentally, your brain is processing thousands of global events. And that creates a strange feeling where your brain thinks you're busy, but your life around you is calm. And did our brains evolve to handle that? No, they did not. This is something new. For most of human history, we had to process our tribe, our village. Now we're processing the entire planet. And that's overwhelming. And it makes everything feel so urgent, like you're running out of time, like something big is always happening somewhere in your mind. And this just takes away from enjoying everyday small moments. Moments that used to slow us down, quiet little evenings, simple routines. And so, yeah, you're physically here, but mentally you're checked out. You're somewhere else. And I think that's why it's accelerating so fast, is because our mind is just stretched across the globe. your brain is getting used to being stimulated constantly. And then when you break life into all those different pieces, the days just disappear. And there's another layer to that as well, but the whole system we're in right now, guys, is starting to fall apart. The job market is unstable. Technology, AI, it's moving exponentially, faster than we anticipated. We thought it was going to take years to train all this, but no, it's happening right now as we speak, exponentially. All of our industries are shifting, our perceptions, our values. And when the world feels this different and uncertain, our minds are starting to go into survival mode. You think about work, money, the future. You're constantly thinking about the future. And you're trying to plan and prepare. And when your mind is just focused on what's coming next, you stop experiencing now. And days just go by. You just move through them and you don't even know you went through them. You wake up, get through the day, go to sleep, repeat that over and over, and it just feels like an endless loop. And when you're in that loop, time just keeps accelerating. As we get older, time starts to change. This is more of like a psychological thing and novelty. But when you're younger, everything in your life is new. You discover new music for the first time, talking to new people, learning new skills, seeing new places, traveling. Your brain is constantly dealing with new information that it's never seen before. So your brain has to create all these memories. And your memories stretch your perception of time. Think about a period of time where a lot of things were happening in your life. It usually feels like all those new experiences were lasting way longer. But when you look back to all the days that stayed the same, it feels like everything's just going by in a blur. And that's because your brain measures time through memories. And the more memories you create, the longer that time feels when you look back on it. New memories. Now compare that to our adult life now. Most people's days are so similar. Wake up, go to work, same routine, driving the same road, opening the same app, talking to all the same people at work, same conversations, same small talk, same thing over and over. And when that happens, your brain just starts to compartmentalize everything, and the memories are less unique. You're not forging through new pathways. Everything gets compressed. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years. And there's a simple explanation for this, but it's also a smaller percentage of your life. When you're 10 years old, 1 year is 10% of your life. That's a huge chunk of your life. But then when you're 30, 1 year is only like 3% of your life. And then when you're 50, it's even smaller. So naturally, each year just starts to feel shorter and shorter the longer you've lived your life. But for me, the biggest issue with why time is changing right now is the overstimulation. We're constantly being bombarded with crap. Just constant noise in our mind with the messages and the videos and breaking news from Wolf Blitzer live. Your brain doesn't get any time to just chill and process everything. And when the brain is constantly in overdrive, how can you be in the present? How can you process anything meaningful or deeply? Moments go by without even registering it. It just disappears, which makes time feel like it's just accelerating. But I've also noticed that time does slow down sometimes when I do new stuff like I talked about, like experiencing something new, traveling to a new place. It almost feels like I'm a kid again. And you notice little details and you pay attention to the stuff around you. It's like the brain is going back into its natural state, the visceral state that you're supposed to experience and live. Learning a new skill, meeting a cool person. And anytime you can disrupt this chaotic system we're in right now, you feel like you're getting a much richer experience, a natural experience. So maybe that's the lesson here, guys, is that time isn't itself changing. It's just the system we're in is changing our perception of time. So we have to live faster within all this. And there was an actual study done, and they measured people who lived out in rural farms, rural areas, and they compared it to people in the city. They used cameras to measure all this. And the people in the city, they were walking faster and talking faster. Compared to the people in the rural areas, they were much more relaxed. They talked slower and they moved slower. So that's what happens when you're in a chaotic system. It puts your brain into overdrive, almost like a psychosis. So we got to find a way to slow this all down. Try something new. Try to get back into the present moment so that time feels normal again. Because the clocks haven't changed. They've just bombarded us with the chaotic system that's screwing us. So we got to get back to our own environment, stick to our own moments, try to live in the present, and avoid all the junk that's being thrown at you. So yeah, those are my thoughts for today, guys. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.